From the heart of a pepper farm, this is Eyes on the Ground from the Upper East region. Eyes on the Ground is a weekly news package that brings together all the major news events that took place in my region within the week. This week has been particularly very eventful, and I'm here to bring you all that and much more. In our first story, let's move to the Kasana West district, where fire on Tuesday ravaged a girls' dormitory, destroying personal effects of the students and cash amounts. The fire started off from one side of the block and eventually spread to the entire facility, destroying the roof, electrical components, and a larger portion of the structure. Of the school, who spoke to Ghana Web, said the cause of the fire could not immediately be ascertained, adding that students drew the attention of authorities to the fire after they detected smoke and flames coming out from the structure. He explained that students were in class actively engaged in academic activities when the attention of authorities was drawn to the fire incident. He said calls were made to personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service, who immediately responded, curtailing the fire from spreading throughout the structure and destroying everything in its way. The incident of fire has further deepened the woes of the school, which already had existing problems with accommodation. So with this, it means the school will go back to square one in its effort to get adequate accommodation for its students.
This morning around 7 o'clock, the students were already in class for their temperature to be taken before lessons begin. Only for us to turn around and saw smoke coming out of the student hostel. There and then we asked a few of them who were still in the hostel to come down, to rush out. Shortly after that, flames started burning the top floor. Upon calling upon the fire service to come to rescue the situation, they immediately arrived and started quenching the fire. Yes, students, mattresses, their chalk boxes, their books, for other items that they left in the dormitory have all been destroyed, including their uniform and clothing and what have you.
Meanwhile, all female students of the school have been directed to go home. The District Director of Education, who has been speaking to Ghana Web, said the directive is to allow authorities to find a temporary structure for the students who would be returning in a week's time. She added that it will also allow parents to support students who lost personal provisions in the fire to make them comfortable for the rest of the term. The director expressed hope in parents that they would support their wards with provisions so that they can return to school on the due date.
To do is to put our heads together and see whether we can't arrange some of the uncompleted classroom block there, so that if they come, they can stay there for some time. Because if we didn't ask them to go, it was going to be difficult for us to take such a decision and to bring them back. And so we are allowing them to go so that we can put our heads together and see where we can get proper accommodation for them so that they can come back and lodge. When they come, we will have to find an avenue to get them to pick up from their colleagues. And so you can see that even some of the children lost their money through the accident. And so we had to arrange for a bus to pick them as far as to Bolga, so that they can manage from Bolga to wherever they are going, and those to Navrongo so that they can also manage. We're looking at all these things in the interest of the students. And so when they come, we will put our heads together and see how best we can support them to pick up.
In our second major news report, let's come to Navrongo, where the former Upper East Regional Minister, Tangoba Abayare, presented medical supplies to authorities of the War Memorial Hospital in the week of the second wave of the deadly coronavirus. The regional minister donated items including alcohol-based hand sanitizers, tissue paper, 3 sets of glucometers, and other provisions targeted at helping the authorities adequately fight against the virus which has spread. Presenting the donation, Mrs. Abayari was hopeful the items would be put to good use to adequately support staff in fighting against the disease. She was particularly worried about the trend of the disease that is fast spreading within the municipality and called for all to join hands, especially the public, to join hands in fighting it off. She urged people to continuously adhere to the protocols prescribed by the Ghana Health Service and all other health authorities and government to minimize the infection among the people. Responding to the challenges enumerated by the health director, the former Upper East Regional Minister assured government support to assist the Municipal Health Directorate to boost healthcare in the area.
This saying, if you write on the wall, do not urinate here. I don't provide a place for urinal, then you haven't done anything. So if you say, wear the face mask, wear the nose mask, and you know that we are from a very poor background. Some of them cannot just afford them. So we've got to see what we can do to ensure that we have at least nose masks. I know when this whole thing started, we had vigorous campaign in the market. So I sent young men to the market. Almost every market they were drumming home. We put the Veronica buckets. Of course, we put the soap and somebody will come and steal it. But we still continue to do that. We'll see if we can start that again. Then encourage people to put on the nose mask. Even if you don't have any, you can get a simple handkerchief to tie on your mouth.
He said there was a challenge with ambulances in carrying people who have been infected with the COVID-19 to health facilities, and that was greatly affecting their efforts in ensuring that indigents are protected from the disease. The Kasana Municipal Health Director, who received the items on behalf of the hospital, expressed gratitude to the regional minister for her kind gesture. He stated that the items would be put to judicious use to ensure health workers are protected, and to a larger extent so that they can give the best of healthcare to people who throng the hospital every day to seek medical care. He appealed to other bodies and individuals to emulate the example of the regional minister by coming to the aid of the hospital to support them with items in this critical moment.